Hello and welcome back to Project Highrise with Dr. Klumber, episode number 4. So, in the last episode we've had this wobble. The wobble was that basically we were spending more than we were getting in. And we've sort of defeated that, but we are struggling to fill our apartments. The other thing that we discovered is that to finish this assignment, 3 of 16, we need to go another floor because we can't build on the ground floor. I forgot about that. Not the biggest issue in the world, but we do want to finish that. So this episode, I hope that we can get close to finishing that. And to do that, we need to focus on the thing that we always need to focus on, the bloody utilities. Be sensible. Give it as little as I can give it because these are very expensive to put in. So these luxury apartments have all sorts of demands. We've upgraded our cable TV and things like that, so that's good. We can now afford to put them in. But the cabling is actually very expensive. You can see down my money is already nearly gone. And it doesn't help when you put in 2 extra clicks or fields or whatever. We haven't got the gas in either, so we won't be putting in these bottom apartments. But we are getting close to finishing that off. So let's have a look at our utilities. I think we really do have plenty. Yeah, water might need an upgrade before we finish. 3, no, we should be alright. So our building is doing well, except that our little offices here are really... oh, poor bastards, how can you work in that? And my maintenance crew is doing nothing. Time for a quick bite. I think we have problems here. We need 4,000 to finish that, and we only make 2,000 a day. But I think I do need to put that in because the little offices, they're fair enough, but these restaurants and shops and things, that's going to cost us if they leave. Here's another one about to bust. There's nothing I can do really, so tough. I think what I'll do is prioritize the offices for repair if I can. Might have to do it manually. We're getting the new money in a couple of hours, so that should be alright. But I think we've lost this little guy as well. Now the question is, do I put more officers in for now? And I might actually go and do that as well. Depending on the money that we've got to do anything with. We have to do this manually. Okay. Right, so let's make this a priority and see if we can keep him. And that, and that, and that, and that. So each time we do this, it's $120, and that's a lot of money for units that don't pay a lot. But we have to do it because I don't want to lose all of them yet. So this is also something that you need to keep in mind to these little offices actually, is because they pay so little in rent. Yeah, we've lost that one, so that's 120 smackaroonies gone. Because they pay so little in rent, you actually end up... maintenance ends up becoming more expensive, if that makes sense. Yeah, so the cost of maintenance is actually not in balance with the interest or with the rent that these people pay. So I don't think we will replace it with little offices. I think we might replace it with medium offices actually. Because I think they fit in the space of... No, they don't. That's annoying as well, isn't it? Or I just let them all fall and then fix it later. I don't know. At least our apartments don't need... And we're in a depression now, so small businesses are gonna not like that. Yeah, so that's not very good. Now we have to wait another full day because we are so short on cash. One of the key problems we have, of course, is the cost of the loans that we've got. We could do the cleaning up renovation 50%. 750 bus, which is very expensive, but I think we are going to do that. And then hopefully tomorrow we can do the whole lot and get that fixed. And we are gaining a lot of bus, by the way, from our restaurants, so it's not the end of the world. We could also put 2 more stores in at some point. I might do that. But for now my focus has to be on these guys. Which is slightly annoying because I can't afford it. Especially if these medium offices go. We need to fix those because I need their money. And the same goes with the luxury apartments. As a per day income type thing, they actually make most, so they need to be prioritized. And these are, sorry guys, you're just not a priority. In fact, I now regret fixing these up. Because this is insurance, isn't it? Yeah. I only get 100 a day. Rent is too high. They're all going to be bitching about that now. But tough, I need the money. Right, so let's see if we can afford to do everything. Yes, we can. So that should take some pressure off, and we can also now, I think, fit in another one of these. No, I need to put gas in. We will put him in there. Get another bit of money in. Every bit counts at this point. And we have to do another full day. I wish there was a way to just finish the day a bit better, because frankly, if you're doing a let's play like I am doing, this is the sort of stuff you want to cut out because it's just boring. I'm sorry, this is a boring episode probably. But once we have resolved these issues and once we've paid off the loans, things will go very quickly indeed, I think. We will start to get some more jobs, some contracts that we can do. And I think we will go and concentrate on shopping. I would like this shopping tower to be a bit more efficient. A bit bigger. Already scheduled. We'll do it then. I need the restaurants to be happy. How much do they pay in rent? 160. So that's not a lot either. And they take up even more room than these little offices. But I need restaurants because they create buzz. And I need shops because they create buzz. And the shops are making a profit as well. Let's have a closer look at that all in all. Weirdly enough, it's the top ones that make a profit. And not the bottom one. Our employees seem unhappy. Why are the employees unhappy? Gone home. So I don't know why they are unhappy, but that isn't brilliant. Why are you unhappy? Yeah, tough. It could be to do with traffic for some of these, because there is an awful lot of traffic coming through. But for a shop, that's good. You know, if you've got a shop, that's what you want, isn't it? And we've lost another one. Another one bites the dust. Right, so I think we're sort of on top of maintenance, so now the priority is to get another 2 or 3 of these in. And I'm fairly sure I've done everything except gas. We'll double check that. Yeah, good. I might even fit another one in. Pushing it. Think we just about have enough money to fit 2 in? No, we don't. In that case, we are going to fit more gas, so we have enough for tomorrow. Yeah, that's the limit of what we can do today. Fine. Yeah, I'm going to let these little offices expire. I don't make enough money out of them. And what we want to do soon is to start building up more offices, because these pay a reasonable amount of rent. And we like rent. I don't know what that siren was I just heard. I'm also a bit worried that they will be asking for new services soon. Laundromat desired. Housekeeping desired. So we might have to consider putting those in. How much does that cost? 500. 200. Okay, that's not bad. And housekeeping is 500. But they also need water and stuff. So the laundromat will go there and housekeeping there, I think, for now. Coffee, coffee. And when we do stuff with the shops, we also need to put in more elevators, which is slightly annoying as well, because that costs a lot of money. So I've just spent, in the previous day, I've spent 100. This is where the game, in my opinion, is very broken, right? I spent 100 on each of these bloody units to get them restored. A day later, they're all gone again. And that's just not worth it. And the reason that they're going is very simple, because of the traffic. But I don't want to spend that much on keeping these things going. I don't know what to do about it. Because just having this as a hallway is also a bit, yeah. Do I put shops in anyway? On the ground floor maybe? That's an option, I suppose, putting shops in there. It's actually a perfect fit, 3 of those units. Yeah, I think we will do that. What's a little shop? Little shop, little shop, big shop. Okay. Oh, we've got more money. Now look at the jump here. Because we filled these apartments, we've actually nearly got 4,000 now. Huge difference that makes already. So these apartments are really important to ensure profitability. So we need to keep them happy. And we need to give them all the gas that they want so they can blow up the building if they get really annoyed at everything. I need to put in some cable TV. And I think we could finish this whole block now, which would be ideal because that really does make a lot of difference money-wise. And the higher up they come, the more they pay. So that's a reason for going up, right? That's why we're in Project Highrise. Off. Right. We've just broken the 200, so that's good as well, because that means some sort of extra contract. I think it's 250 we need. Oh, what's missing here? We expect cable TV. You've got cable TV, haven't you? Oh, I've put it in the container again. So this is where the graphics are a bit, when you do it from a distance, there's just not enough distinguishing sort of features. But well, you can moan about everything, you can moan about nothing. It's a nice game, so we will leave it at that. I'm going to plop in the laundromat. Now that we've got the 200 available, we can afford it, so we will do that. I should have maybe put it on the ground floor, thinking about it. But this way it gets all the utilities as well, so that's useful. Broken lift. Another unit moving out. Tough. I'm going to stop auto renovation for a while and focus just on restaurants, retail and the medium and residential. Because I want to get rid of this, basically. I don't have a need for it. We will let them be as long as they want to pay, they can pay, and if they don't want to pay, they can move out, and then we can put something more profitable in, hopefully. And there we go, nearly 6,000 in one day. Excellent. So let's think what we want to do at this point. I want to improve my services for the maybe insufficient. Housekeeping, I think, needs water. Definitely needs electricity. Cupboard. Water cupboard. Up, up. So what do we want to do at this point? Because we're now getting decent income again. So we can start thinking about what we want to improve or do different. And actually, I think we are going to build these shops on the ground floor. And then this is going to be an empty walkway to have a buffer with the officers. So what we will do is just accelerate their pain a little. And do that. And then we will put in some shops. A medium store and 2 little ones. But first we need to get the boxes out. Because this is definitely the most high traffic sort of walkway, right? What I could do is take that out and stop people using this as a walkway. That's actually not a bad idea. And force everything through the ground floor. Yeah, let's do that. So now I've stopped people moving through here to there. And that means if I put in another little office there and indeed renovate that. That one. Oh, something went wrong. I have killed the electrics. That's annoying. That is annoying. Do they need recycling? I might take a risk here and do that. I hadn't thought about the come on, hurry up. People dying here. Yes. Come on. And I've killed the water. This is the sort of thing that happens when you click a button and don't actually think about stuff too much. That doesn't help. So we need to run the water all the way from over there, and guess what? We can't afford to. Shit. So that idea worked in theory. What I might do, I do want to take that unit out. So the next payment we will need to run a water line all along the top. I don't know if the mouse actually shows. No, OBS seems to have a difficulty capturing my mouse. I'm not sure why. I'll have a quick look if I can. No. That's a shame, isn't it? See, all these people walking through here, they're what's causing the grime to build up. Ah, that serves them right. The lift's gone. Right. I wish there would. I think what it needs, in fact, I said maybe skip a day. Why not just have one that runs even quicker? That would really solve this issue of waiting around. course, it does have the bonus of adding time to time played. So yeah, there is that. Hey, always look at the bright side. Getting lots of influence from our apartments, which is great. And we can start thinking about large offices, and that is something I really want. But first, let's do the basic infrastructure repairs. Right, so water all the way from here, like that. Now the other thing I need to worry about is they also seem to work on these floors. So let's see. It doesn't actually seem to matter too much to these floors because they don't need maintenance. But what I don't get is why they use these floors. So if I block all that off by taking out 2 units there, then all the traffic should come through where I want my shops. And then we will expand our shops building. No, we won't, because we're putting shops in here. No, then we will look into doing something with the restaurants to make that better, because we need gourmet restaurant stuff for large offices. The other thing I need is to finish my 16 apartment thing. But first, things first. Off. I want a big shop first, I think, or medium. Six, always 6. How much do these people pay? 15. Only the computer people actually pay decent money. So we will go with 2 of those. And then we will have trucks though. And we will have another electronic thing. Yeah, why not? Make sure they've got all the connections they need. They won't need the cable. I don't think they need water. So that should be okay. So that's 3 shops added into the mix. Then we need to think about finishing our apartments, which we do as so. Wiring, plumbing, and we might as well put all the things in. Oh, it's nice to have money again, isn't it? Really nice. So we need to put in a couple more units here and here. And they are going to be luxury as well, because they pay a lot of money to be luxurious. Right, so I think we fixed a lot of issues here. These people should now not be so unhappy with their grime and stuff like that. And good. 1-bedroom apartments. So they're still moaning about the rent, but that's just because we're in a depression. So I want to make sure we have the best paying units in here. And that's not one of them. You're going to have to pay for that because you're in prime real estate. And I don't want to have poor bastards in there. We have a problem with the water. I might take this out and put a big one in there. I've got the money for it, I think. Just. I think I put water in here. No, I didn't. And we need more storeroom as well. Okay. All in all though, we are definitely now in a position to start making new decisions, right? So my apartments aren't exactly filling up, but that's because we're in a recession, so I can't be too worried about that. He's going to leave soon, which is fine. Do I want to make that quicker? Yeah, I think we will. After all that mucking about with the utilities and stuff, I need to earn that back, whether they like it or not. There we go, that's someone who's willing to pay the rent. Storerooms. No restaurants, yes. Yeah, that's what we'll do next. So we're going to replace this, these stairs and make them into elevators, or lifts as I like to call them, and then go straight up. And we've just created ourselves a bit of an issue because we have got a water cupboard, yeah. Right, and we have enough there, yeah, good. Excellent. What can we do here? Because I think we get to the point where we need to get our plazas and stuff like that. How much does that cost? Oh, we need public transit. Yeah, okay. Optimized service is really useful because that means all the couriers and stuff become better. So I'm pleased to have remembered to click that button. Plaza. We can do something with our little spit of land here. What do we want to do? Well, we want a big tree. Do we want a big tree? A medium tree? No, big tree. And some arboreal accoutrement. Is this game made by French? It might be. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, we'll have some more. There we go. And I think technically we have more plaza out there. No, that's the end of it. Okay. Yeah, so the traffic management is actually really important because increased traffic kills off units. They increase the maintenance on units. So you can see here, these are now much more affected by the grime and stuff because basically everybody comes through there. But for them that's actually good because it means that they get higher income, right? So in actual fact it might make sense once we've increased the restaurant capacity to just clear those units out and leave it as such. So this one is already getting worn down and that's just a new shop, so that's pretty annoying. So I might have to change my tech there in the future. If we get even bigger I might take these shops out completely, this whole row, and just have it as one long walkway. And to remind me of that we will do that. I will also switch back on. Apartments are definitely a priority because dirty apartments are the death of me. If they are dirty and they move out, then we get into a lot of trouble. Restaurants. How do we want to do this? I think what we will do first is replace all the... No, you know what? I've built this plaza and now I realized I want a sky bridge here. why I do that. But I don't think it makes any difference whatsoever. It just looks a tiny bit neater. So that's the lifts. Good. Then we can start thinking about what we want to add. And we need to guide that by the size of one of these. That plus 3, basically. Yeah, I think that's probably the right idea. Oh, we need a lot more. These really are quite big restaurants, like that. Hey! I shouldn't have clicked that button, that was stupid. Because now they can't finish this, but we'll get there. I was thinking actually here, putting a sky bridge in here. So take out, for example, this medical unit. Because then the office workers will come into these restaurants quicker. I do actually quite like the idea. I can do more things, I can go higher up, but we don't really need to yet. I can get better elevators. I think I also want this aesthetics thing done at some point. Yeah, I will build the sky bridge as well. This unit here, I'm really sorry to say, is not going to get renovated. It's going to be killed. No, just as I... Yeah. Yeah. And then we need to build the sky bridge. Quite clumsily. I'm sure there's a better way of doing that. I think that's right. Yeah, so now we've created another route into this building, which is really useful. And then the other thing we want to do is to finish off the elevators. There. And then elevators, restaurants themselves, of course. And we're going to keep this whole alleyway free for the reasons that I've talked about. Oh yeah, okay. I need water. Yeah, I should have enough there. So we need wiring. We're going to tuck everything back. And if we do go up, then we've got room to do that, so I won't worry about that now. And then we need trash. And recycling, because these big restaurants want recycling. And then we need to make sure that everything is connected. That can't connect, which is fine. They might even need cable TV, but to do that we need to run all the way from there and all the way to there. Water they will definitely need. Gas they will definitely need. Like that. Actually, I'm premature because I don't think the medium restaurants will want gas. I can't remember if they want gas. I think they just want water. So we'll leave that for now. Bound to go wrong as usual. Well, it's beginning to look like something. It's a bit of an awkward building. It's very sort of 50s brutalist. But it's coming along. So what we will do is call this an episode. I'm going to record one more. And then when I've recorded that, I am really going to eat. I've only just had a bit of a banana. And as my computer just reminded me, it's 12 hours and I've not had breakfast yet. So I'm Dr. Klumber, and this is Project Highrise, and I hope you liked it. And if you liked it, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And I hope to see you for the next one. Thanks, folks. Bye-bye.